Hello and welcome to what was planned as another retro unboxing. After a couple of bloopers that I've now deleted, this will just be a reveal from the box. It's a retro book project. I was involved at the proofreading stage. The author is Darren Doyle of Greyfox Books, and after the successful Kickstarter we now have Coin Up the Arcade Guide with this beautiful hologrammatic sticker, which is very good looking. So as I say, I was involved in proofreading. This is a project Darren has been hoping to do for a while. You can see the Greyfox Books logo at the bottom there. Look inside and there's clever use of some flyer art there on the walls. First published edition with copyright and introduction. So thank you there to me for help. So house rules. That's quite clever, I like that bit. Copyright notice, acknowledgements, and then the contents were split up into sections. So we start off with the introduction to the beat 'em up in the arcade as retrospective. Did you know? Brief history of Data East. Shoot 'em up introduction. Interview with Level Up Bar and Restaurant. Arcade Action. Hall of Fame. Then we have interview with Arcade Club. Miscellaneous arcade games. Obscure arcade games. Interview with Free Play Bar and Arcade. Arcade Horror. And 1v1 fighting games. So another beautiful page there of logos. Coming up the arcade guide, the sights, the sounds, the smells. Section 1, beat 'em ups. And we go 64th Street, a detective story from Jaleco. Alien vs Predator from Capcom. Calyx and Dinosaurs from Capcom. See a combination of screens, flyers, operator's guides and screenshots. This is a very visual look at the game, very stylish. Shadow Warriors, Kung Fu Master we've just gone past, Violent Storm, Tiger Road, WWF WrestleFest, The Simpsons, one of my favourites, Golden Axe, Vendetta, aka Crime Fighters 2, Arcade Perspective, Trip Down Memory Lane, so talking about some of Darren's own memories of arcades. Then in the second section with Arcade Racers, Chase HQ, Cisco Heat, Enduro Racer from Sega, and we have a huge fold out here of the Outrun artwork. Can't see it very well on camera because of the way it's orientated. Pole Position, it's one of the earliest arcade games I saw. Pole Position, Sit Down Cabinet, Rally X, Road Blasters, Spy Hunter. So you can see it's looking really good on the page. Stun Runner, Super Hang On, another of the Super Scalar games from Sega, Super Sprint, Virtua Racing, and I'm an Ironman Stewart's Super Off-Road Racer. Reglement 24. Did you know? Pages of trivia to break up the reviews there. The history of Data East and some of their key games. Huge number in there. Lovely artwork there of some famous arcade characters hanging out in an arcade. Warning alert, it's the shoot 'em up section. Gallagher, Gunbird, Parodius, Raiden, R-Type, Shock Troopers, Starblade, this game I've not had the chance to play, Thunderblade, Xavius, and Zaxxon. And then Time Pilot and Scramble, Atari Star Wars, an interview with Level Up, Arcade Bar and Kitchen proprietor Alan O'Grady, talking about how they've set up an arcade. Chapter 4, Arcade Action, more action-oriented titles, so Aliens from Konami, Joust from Williams, Black Tiger Capcom, classic Ghosts and Goblins, Jones and Temple of Doom from Atari, Strider from Capcom, Rastan from Taito, Rolling Thunder, Shinobi, one of my favourites, Sunset Riders. We're on to another spread here for Alien Storm and Ninja Warriors. That's quite clever as well, because this was on the free monitor system from Taito, so that's emulating how it looked. Robocop from Data East, sub-license from Ocean, of course. Arcade Hall of Fame. Here's some flyer artwork and marquees for the top of the cabinet there. More marquees. So plenty of varied content, not just reviews and interviews. So great look back through some classic games here. And the artwork you would have seen when you went into the arcade. Asteroids, unusual one there for Jungle King. Donkey Kong Rampage. So you're like looking at arcade artwork. It's a huge section here for you to page through. Arcade Club, Andy Palmer talking about the UK's now 3 separate locations, Bury, Leeds and soon to open in Blackpool. You can go and play classic arcade games. Miscellaneous arcade classics, Arkanoid, Commando, the wonderful Bubble Bobble, Dig Dug from Namco, Dragon's Lair, not everyone's cup of tea, but a groundbreaker in its own way, Gauntlet, Operation Wolf, Return of the Jedi, Tapper, Track and Field, Tron. I liked both Tron games, both this one, the multi-part, the different mini games, and the Deadly Discs, Wonder Boy, Pac-Land, Paperboy. Section 6, Obscure Arcade Games, Chicken Shift, Psychonix Oscar, which was an influence on Turrican, Domino Man, one I've discovered emulating arcade games, set up the dominoes and knock them over. Monster Maulers, these are some of Darren's personal picks here, Snapjack, Laser Ghost, Timber, Ballet Midway. If you look at this and Domino Man and Tapper, they share a similar graphic style. Blazer from Namco, Astignacs, Bogey Manor, Charlie Ninja, interview with Free Play, Bar Arcade, Arcade Horror Games, not for the faint-hearted this next bit. So we have Chiller, the infamous light gun game from Exidy, Night Slashers, Evil Night, Haunted Castle, aka Castlevania, Space Gun, Carnival, Splatterhouse, The House of the Dead, Beastbusters, Crypt Killer, Dragon Gun, and then the last section here, Chapter 8, King of 1 vs 1 Fighters, so back to the classic Karate Champ, the original Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Fatal Fury 2, Virtua Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior, King of Fighters 94, Tekken, Samurai Showdown, Darkstalkers, Guilty Gear X, an Arcade Legacy, interview with the team from Griffin Aerotech who are trying to make a new arcade game, and House of the Gundead, Final Fight, Galaxy Force 2. These are some extra honourable mentions for games that didn't fit into the book. Outzone from Tourplan, a game I'm quite fond of. NBA Jam, Smash TV, Marble Madness, Superman, Undercover Cops. Going up the arcade guide, ask about our party package and gift coupons, and then Kickstarter backers, the ultimate arcaders for higher level pledges, and the rest of the backers here, and finally the back of the book. So there we have it. For most of us growing up, arcade games were a huge part of our life and gaming culture once you stepped inside your local arcade. It was another world, the sounds, the smells, the excitement. Having a chance to play the latest video arcade games and prove to your friends how great your skills were as an arcade player. Going Up the Arcade Guide is a collection of some of the best designed and most loved arcade games from the golden age of arcade game designing gods such as Capcom, Sega, Taito and many more, which have been presented in a true to form never before seen in an arcade guide book. So if you have fond memories of classic arcade games like myself, then this is the book for you. And if you are new to arcade games, then this is a great place to start getting an amazing insight to the games themselves and the arcade culture from the 1980s and the 90s. Featuring over 300 pages of arcade content, a must-have arcade book, over 600 arcade game screenshots covered inside. So, book idea, concept and layout designed by Darren Doyle, published under Greyfox Books 2020. Visit www.greyfoxbooks.com for more information. So there we have Going Up the Arcade Guide from Kickstarter and Darren Doyle. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Keep watching my channel for more retro unboxing.